After the Jays blow a 6-1 lead to the Texas Rangers and lose 12-6 in the finale of that three-game set at Rogers Center, the boys hit the road to the Bronx to take on the New York Yankees for a four-game set. And man, oh man, did they start this series off on a great note. And it was a much-needed, phenomenal, lengthy start from Alek Manoah today, giving you 6 shutout innings as the Jays beat the New York Yankees 3-0 at Yankee Stadium and improved now to 3-1 on the season. And the Blue Jays, they didn't do it with the offense today. They did it with their pitching and their defense. What a game tonight from the pitching staff, other than Trevor Richards, who was kind of eh. And the defense was phenomenal. But it all starts in the top half of the third inning with the Blue Jays get Santiago Espinal on base, which was a recurring theme all game long. And with him being in the number 9 hole, it turns the lineup over to George Springer, and he gets a fastball in the inner half, and he turns on it, and it's deep and gone. And the Blue Jays are up 2-0 there in the top half of the third inning. All right, we got the early lead. Manoah's done a couple great innings. It's great. Bottom half of the third inning, Manoah gets a couple guys out, but then loses his command completely. Walks 3 guys to load the bases. And we're sitting here like, oh my God, this is not going to happen. He's not going to pull like it's some Tyler Chatwood-esque, but it's Alek Manoah. And I put on his jersey because the man deserves it. Alek Manoah was incredible tonight. And getting out of that third inning, not only did Manoah induce that ground ball to short, it was in the hole. And Chapman dives, he can't get it. But Bo Bichette does. And he fires it on the run, going the other way, and it's right on the money. Vladdy stretches for it, and he gets, I believe it was Giancarlo Stanton. No, who was it? Was it Stanton? I believe it was Giancarlo Stanton they got out to end the inning. Like, what an incredible play by Bo to keep it a 2-0 ball game at that point. He doesn't make that play or he throws it away. That's 2-run scoring, or at the very least, 1-run crossing. That's a massive play to keep it up 2-0. And the offense doesn't get a whole lot going the rest of the way, but Manoah's like, nah, don't worry about you fellas. I got you covered. He's just going to shove for 6 innings. And then when he leaves the game in the bottom half of that 6th, gets a big timeout to end it, just carving the Yankees up like a Thanksgiving turkey or a pumpkin Halloween, whatever phrase you want to use. They go in the top half of the 7th inning, and Espinal gets on base again, because why not? And George Springer rips the ball to the right center gap and goes all the way to the wall. Santiago Espinal boogies from first base all the way around to score. And again, a play by the Yankees where it's just like, not smart, right? Because the ball went to third base and George Springer was basically hung up to dry. Problem is, for the Yankees at least, there's nobody at second base. There's 2 guys out in center field. And I'm like, do you need 2 cutoff men? Like, what's going on there? You guys are standing beside each other, walking back to the infield. Where if somebody was at second base, they might have had Springer too. Obviously, didn't amount to anything. But it's just a bonehead play by the Yankees, and the Blue Jays now have a 3-0 lead in the 7th. That extra run, we all kind of felt like a breath of fresh air at that point in time, right? You know, and then in the bottom half of that 7th inning, where you could arguably say it was the turning point in the game, Trevor Richards goes out there and gives up a leadoff single, I believe it was to Gleyber Torres, then walks his next guy, and I'm sitting here like, this is not going to happen, please. We're not going to blow this lead late. Because we're so used to it last season, right? And there's a lazy fly ball from Kyle Higashioka. And there's a blooper. It looks like it's going to drop in. Teoscar Hernandez comes in sliding, makes the play, rolls his wrist in the process. He seemed to be okay. Why? Because he got a hit in the next at-bat in the next inning. So he's fine. Makes that play. And gets the out. Nobody advances. And Charlie Montoyo, who a lot of people, including myself at times, questioned him a ton last season. But on this night, I was very impressed that even though it was soft contact and it was an out from Kyle Higashioka, Trevor Richards got lifted from the ballgame. because he didn't have his stuff. He was not, and Charlie could see it. So you got Adam Simber warming up, and they then bring him into the ball game because Josh Donaldson's coming up to the plate, and I'm sitting here like, this is a disaster waiting to happen here. The tying run at the plate. It's Josh flipping Donaldson. And they bring in Adam Simber. Why? Because Adam Simber is a ground ball specialist. And what happens? It's a ground ball to the right side of second base and to the right side of Santiago Espinal, but he goes there, grabs it, spins, fires to second and Bo. He spins, fires a seed onto first, and they get him at first for the inning-ending double play. What a beautiful double play by the Toronto Blue Jays turned there. And another reason why Santiago Espinal is really outplaying Cavan Biggio. We'll talk about that very shortly. And that keeps the game tied at 3-0. As I said, pitching and defense wins you ball games. When you make those extra great plays, or you're that fraction faster because you put in that extra little bit of effort, that wins you ball games. Because they don't get that double play, another guy comes up, who knows? 3-run bomb might happen. It's DJ LeMahieu at the plate, right? So it could be a disaster. If that ball drops in, because Hernandez didn't rush for the ball and lay out for it, that's dropping in, that's a run, and there's still nobody out. It's all about pitching and defense. They win a lot of ball games. That's why they went out and got Matt Chapman. His bat has been really cold. He's been striking out a ton early in the season, albeit, he's been getting painted a lot in the corners, but how many times have I seen him down 0-2, down 1-2, just like that? It's like, man, if that first pitch is juicy, go for it. It works for everybody else in the team. Now, he'll learn. I'm not worried about Matt Chapman. He'll be fine eventually. Let's move on here. We go ahead to the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays end the ball game with a double play with Espinal, Bichette, and Guerrero. This is a fitting way to finish this ball game. As they lock it down, obviously that happened, and that was 2 out and nobody on. I think they got another hit, and then Jordan Romano with a nasty curve on Gleyber Torres strikes him out to end the ball game, and the Blue Jays win it 3-0 at Yankee Stadium. It was a beautiful performance. You got some timely hits by George Springer. You got unbelievable starting pitching from Alek Manoah. Your bullpen came up clutch, and your defense was incredible. It's the definition of winning a ball game. Beautiful game for the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's get to the stats here real quick. George Springer went 3 for 5 in the game with a run scored and 3 RBIs and the bomb. Teoscar Hernandez, even though he had a bum wrist there, he still went 3 for 4 in the game. That final hit was after that little wrist thing he was dealing with. And Santiago Espinal, 3 for 3. Scored 2 runs. Got hit by a pitch. Stole a base 2. Like Espinal, and I'll get to the Biggio stuff now. Cavan Biggio has had the opportunities in the early 2 games. He hasn't done anything. And he's been lifted in like the 5th inning of these games. But then Espinal's come into those games, and he's made a massive impact. And whenever Biggio, he just doesn't look even happy to be there. Like, it's really a rough scenario right now for Cavan Biggio. Now, it could just be his personality being quiet and all that. I don't know, but I don't know. Something just looks off with Cavan Biggio. I don't know what it is, but Santiago Espinal, man, has been playing incredible, whether it's his defense, whether it's base running, whether it's hitting, just a little bit of everything for Santiago. It's beautiful and beautiful to watch. And considering we got this guy for Steve Pearce back then, it's a great trade all around. 10 hits for the Blue Jays in the game, 10 strikeouts in the game as well. But pitching-wise, Alek Manoah, 6 innings, 1 hit, 7 Ks. He walked 4, but all 4 of those walks were in the 3rd and that 1 in the 4th inning. So other than those 2 innings, the 3rd and the 4th, and he gave up 1 hit in the ball game as well. That's it. Domination from Alek Manoah today. He was unbelievable, and it was just so easy to put this jersey on after that incredible performance. But I saw the comment saying do it after his every start, and you know what? That's what I'm going to end up doing. Unless things get real sour with the Vladdy jersey, the luck's not there, then I might just run with the jersey. We'll see. Trevor Richards went a third of an inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk. Again, didn't really have his stuff. You can clearly see where he was fighting it, though, on the walk. You saw a little F-bomb drop out of his mouth. He was not pleased. But I'm not worried about Richards. He'll be fine. But Adam Simber came out there, and he backed his boy up. He picked him up. Went an inning and 2/3, got a strikeout, got the double play from, and made Judge and Stanton look like they were lost. Like that strikeout on I think it was Aaron Judge, is just Like, the guy was overmatched with an 89-mile-an-hour fastball and like an 80-mile-an-hour curveball. It's just dirty. It's just nasty. And Stanton just looked off as well. It was incredible to watch, Jays fans. It was beautiful, beautiful to witness. And then Jordan Romano picking up his 26th consecutive save tonight, which is a franchise record. It's insane. He has been phenomenal. You know, he went 1 inning, allowed a couple of hits, but struck out guys, and it was struck out 1. He was fantastic. He was fantastic yet again. And I will say it again and again about how this guy's journey to the big leagues. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible to witness. You know, watching Romano be in Double-A New Hampshire as a starter at like 24 years old, and you're like, he's really hasn't done anything great. His numbers aren't great. Goes in the Rule 5, gets picked up by the Texas Rangers. They're like, no, we don't want him. Sends him back to the Blue Jays. They're like, you know what? Let's try him as a reliever. The rest is history. Crazy stuff. Now, another thing I wanted to bring up, Alek Manoah. He's had 2 starts at Yankee Stadium. He has gone 12 shutout innings at Yankee Stadium. Pretty incredible stuff, Jays fans. Absolutely incredible stuff. Now, let's move on to the next one, though. Game 2 of the 4-game set against the Yankees in the Bronx is tomorrow night. It's a 7:05 first pitch there as Yusei Kikuchi gets the ball for the Blue Jays in his first start as a Blue Jay in the regular season, of course. And it's going to be a tough one against the Yankees at Yankee Stadium, but we'll see how this guy can perform, right? It's all about a wait-and-see game with him. We thought, Ryu had a rough start, so you want to see one of your lefties have a good performance, and we'll have to wait and see how tomorrow plays out. Nestor Cortez Jr. gets the ball for the Yankees in that one tomorrow night, all right? So, you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the ball game tonight, because if you didn't, you're not a Jays fan, clearly. Smack the like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video. Thoughts on the game. What you like. What you not like from today's ball game for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Twitter link is down below. So follow up. Send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below. And also, guys, check out the Blue Jays Center Instagram page. Just did the post-game live stream with Rob, Bree, Scott, and Brandon. Go check it out on the Blue Jays Center page. It's up there. And we talked about tonight's ball game. So go check that out. And all my Twitter stuff, Instagram stuff, links are in the description. And I will talk to you guys, okay, what do we got here? Latest edition on Tuesday, so that's what, tomorrow night? Yeah, tomorrow night, as they are at home taking on the Buffalo Sabres. And Jake Muzzin looks like he's just dealing with something. Looks like Jack Campbell's not 100%, so they're going with Shelgren tomorrow night. And Kasha's got a concussion. I don't expect to see him the rest of the season. That's just my take. If I see him, hey, great. But I don't expect it. All right, so they're taking the Buffalo Sabres tomorrow night for the Toronto Raptors. Well, we now learned that they're playing the Philadelphia 76ers in Game 1 on Saturday at 6 p.m. in Philly. So the season preview video will be out, I'm going to say Friday. We're on a day before. We're going to do the round 1. Did I say season preview? The round 1 preview between the Raptors and the 76ers. It's going to be there on Friday. I can't wait, Raptor fans. It's going to be so much fun. As for the Toronto Blue Jays, though, we talked about it already. We'll talk about it again. The Jays take on the Yankees in Game 2, the 4-game set at Yankee Stadium. Tomorrow night, Yusei Kikuchi gets the ball for the Blue Jays in Game 2, and Nestor Cortez Jr. gets the ball for the Yankees, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.